All right, my darlings, welcome to the week. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a this is becoming a very popular reading for whoever needs to hear this message. We are looking at this week. We are sitting in the new moon in Pisces energy right now, which is really amazing and spiritual and loving and I don't know, just sort of this very. I'm getting a sense of like surveying what's going on. Aquarius is big picture stuff, but Pisces is from the spiritual realm, sort of seeing what's happening. So Aquarius, we might be looking at a little bit more practical things or how things are connected or interconnected. But from Pisces vantage point, we're looking at how are we being loving? Are we being kind and generous? And from a spiritual path perspective, are we, there's the new moon right here, are we manifesting from our spiritual contracts, from our spiritual blueprint? Are we manifesting from that, or are we manifesting from something lower vibration like fear? Okay, so that might be a message for somebody that just wanted to come through. Underneath is the home card. Home transformation. I've been getting a lot of this, that some of you are actually going to be physically moving, right? Yes, new life. Some of you are going to be physically moving, transmute. And the other day in Pathfinders, we were talking, or maybe it was on the Facebook page. No, I think it was in Pathfinders. We were talking about timelines. And, someone just asked me, like, come on, tell me just what timelines are. I'm a little confused about that. And so I will say to you that timelines are really choices. Okay. So if you choose, let's say, if you choose from an energy of who you are becoming, right? You're becoming this spiritually expanded person. You're becoming someone who's abundant and radiant and all of that. If you're choosing from that place, even just daily living, right? Even just daily living, then you are choosing to become that person more permanently if you're choosing from that place. So that's a new timeline. If you're choosing from an old you, someone who you felt maybe needed to learn a few things, then you're going to stay on that timeline. You're going to continue to get more of those lessons. All right. What have I done here? You're going to continue to get more of those lessons. So think about it this way. This is an easy way to think about timelines. Let's say you're going away for a trip, like just a weekend, 2 days, 2 nights, whatever it is. And one of you is very organized and very excited about the trip, and there's a sense of what's going to happen in terms of an itinerary. And so you pack according to the itinerary, the person you're becoming. You pack according to that itinerary. Then there's no like, oh God, I forgot this, and oh my God, we're going to be going on a hike and I don't have my boots, right? Like, that will really mess you up if you're not paying attention to where you're going or what you want to create in that weekend. If you just throw a bunch of stuff into a suitcase and like let it be whatever it's going to be, and that's been who you've been, and you've had frustrations and you forgot your toothbrush and oh my God, like, then you're going to have kind of a mess of a weekend, because it's going to be all caught up with those very low vibrational 3D things. If you take care of that, then you can live in a more spiritually joyful place. Got it? That's a different timeline, right? Think about the weekend you would have if you forgot your toothbrush. You'd be absorbed by getting another toothbrush. Think about the weekend where you pack everything you need and not anything more, not overpacking, but you're just like, now you're free to live in the joy of that weekend. Simple, right? Simple. All right, so let's see what the storyline wants to come through. So there's definitely something about moving, about transmuting and changing from one way of being in the world to another way of being in the world. That's what it is to shift timelines. And we are doing it collectively, which is a story for another day, but I just wanted to give you that kind of information. So underneath is the King of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Hermit, The Star. Look at that. The Ten of Cups. King of Cups. Magician. You are manifesting from a very high timeline. This actually is reflecting what I just said. King of Swords is the guy who knows the itinerary and is excited about it and packs based on what that itinerary is. It allows you to be more spiritually in the moment. It allows you for better relationships, for healing. This is happening currently, I feel like subconsciously for a lot of you, that you're paying attention to where you want to go and you are becoming that person before you're even there, right? So if you know that you want love in your life, how are you preparing for that? How are you becoming a person who is able to be in relationships? That's why we talk about healing. If you're not doing the healing work from previous patterns or previous relationships that you've learned from, but maybe you haven't incorporated that learning, then you're going to get the same kind of relationship over and over. You've got to incorporate that. So if one of the things that always upends you in relationships is bad communication, how are you becoming a better communicator? How are you learning to share your feelings? How are you learning to ask for what you need? How are you learning to stop being codependent and doing that? Doing it, not just like, okay, I have awareness of it. Good. But now what are you changing? What are you doing with that? That's the transformation. That is actually the transmutation of energy into a new you. So here we go. Emperor. Wow, we're moving up on Aries time. 3 of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. You have an opportunity here for some kind of new life. Okay, so whoever I'm talking to right now, you are on the verge of having an opportunity here, and you're going to have to step into your masculine. I'm seeing a lot of masculine energy here. I could be talking to someone who is, this is nothing about really gender. It's just, I'm talking to someone here who may not be all that adept at taking action, especially different kinds of action that is now informed by our past learning. Oh yeah, okay, I need to be more of a leader, right? I have this new job and I'm going to learn the lesson of my past job where when I faded back into the woodwork and I was just like everybody, just follow everybody's lead. I'm not seen as being a leader. I'm not seen as I'm getting passed over for promotion. I'm, whatever it is that you are learning, because there is an opportunity. There's a big opportunity on the path here. Look at this, King of Wands. 9 of Wands. There's those past patterns. Justice. We're balancing our masculine and feminine so that we can not only step into opportunities, but attract those opportunities. Divine feminine is the one that is really allowing for things to come in, that is more manifesting and being able to be you have to be ready for that opportunity. Okay, I'm manifesting in that I want to be Jeff Bezos. I want to run Amazon. Are you ready for that? You may be like, yeah, he makes a ton of money. I'm ready for that. Actually, having a lot of money is a big responsibility. And also running a big company is a big responsibility. Okay, running any company is a big responsibility. You're responsible for putting out a good product, something that helps people, something that, does what it says, gives an extraordinary experience to people, right? You're responsible for all that. And I just feel like this masculine, feminine being balanced here is really beautiful. 4 of Swords, there it is, 10 of Wands, 9 of Swords. So you're going to get this opportunity, but there is something here, this 10 of Wands and 9 of Swords. Anxiety. When's it showing up? When are they showing up? 10 of Wands, codependency, doing too much, overthinking. So in Pathfinders, again, last week we were talking about staying in your body, and this is Virgo energy. So the hermit is the very spiritual healer, who has aligned Virgo as physical, right? There's a physicality to it. There's an anchored in a certain timeline, right? We're anchored in a certain timeline with that wisdom, anchored in a certain timeline with that wisdom. So there's something here about like, this is like healing light, Four of Swords. And when the rubber really hits the road, are you ready? So I feel like some of you may be like, yeah, I'm healing, I'm doing it, I'm doing all this stuff. But at the end of the day, are you really? Did you really? Because if this relationship comes in, this twin flame connection comes in, or this life partner comes in, you might be like, oh, wow. Okay, there's some things that I forgot to do or I didn't really work on. The Nine of Wands is here, and those are patterns, right? We got nines and tens here. So we're at the end of a cycle, and we're at the very beginning with the Three of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. This is a manifestation card. And I almost feel like the masculine showing up in this reading now, you take this however it resonates. You might feel like the one who's manifested this opportunity, or the person you're dealing with, who is coming toward you. Is that it? I feel like there's something about both need to take action. Okay, there's something here about both needing to take action in some way. Talk to me about that. What can we channel in about that? Four of Cups, other people. Queen of Wands. Six of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. There's a lot of work to be done here. And I almost feel like some of you are embarking or going to be embarking on a long-term relationship that is going to push you in ways that you have never healed. Not yet. Okay. Things that you have kind of been like, all right, well, I'll heal the fun stuff. I'll heal the things that that I really want to, or something, you know what I mean? Like something that's, I said this the other day about when my mother would send me in to clean up my room, you know, I'm cluttery, full disclosure. And I would do everything. I would do all the easy things that made the room look clean, but not the hard stuff that took the most time, but did the most good. Like shampooing the rug. She probably wouldn't have made me do that, but I'm just saying, like, just work with me here. The thing that would have done the most good over time for cleaning would have been like shampooing that rug, or really stripping the beds and getting them, you know, doing the deep cleaning every week, you know, cleaning the baseboards, whatever. Probably wouldn't have made a 12-year-old kid do that stuff. But I'm just saying to you, like, that would have made the most difference in the room. Okay, that would have made the most difference. What's the biggest bang for your buck here in terms of getting into your next relationship? What is going to make the most difference to you? What have you not packed in your bag of wisdom? What have you not packed in that bag? Because when you get into this relationship, you're going to spend the whole time wishing you did. Do the hard work. Pack that toothbrush. You're going to wish you did. Okay? So give me a little bit more about that. I think I'll use this deck. Manifestation right on the bottom. I'm going to take that. You're manifesting in this twin flame or this life partner. All right? For whoever this is for, what do you really need to focus on right now? The future. Okay. Fire. Passion. We got the King of Wands and Queen of Wands, and then we have this bonfire. Fire. That can be sex. That can be passionate disclose no um being able to have communication that is like, I'm going to use the word confrontation, but I think that's too confrontational, right? It's sort of like being able to look at things right in the face when they're happening instead of sort of burying them. I'm just going to go silent treatment or whatever it is, stonewalling. No, that's not what you need to do right now. The sun. Okay, this is about creating happiness and joy within a couple. Focus. I feel like this could be the transformation of an existing relationship or a new one that you are manifesting in. What we really need to work on is keeping our own fire lit in terms of passion for each other. Need to work on that. Need to work on what makes us happy. And it's sort of like aligned with what you think is fair. If you guys have the same definition of what a good relationship is, you'll be surprised at how far that will take you. If you both believe, like I was reading a story, was it Kevin Bacon and Kira Sedgwick, I think, or maybe it's another couple, I can't remember, but it was a famous couple, and the Deadpool guy. I love him. Anyway, so it's famous. Not Kevin Bacon did not do Deadpool, but I'm just saying that couple, because they're both doing the same kind of work, and I see this right here. You're both doing the same kind of work, or you both have the same kind of drive, right? Emperor, King of Wands, both have the same kind of desire for success. And I feel like you will be very successful together because you can manifest anything with this combination of masculine, feminine passion. You can do anything. Anything you put your mind to, you'll be able to do. And what they did was they agreed that in order to prioritize their relationship, they agreed that they wouldn't work at the same time. So if Kevin Bacon had a big movie, I'm pretty sure it's not Kevin Bacon and Kira Sedgwick, but I'm just going to use them because I've already said it. There's some reason 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. She would not take a project until it was done for him. So she could focus on their life, keeping their life going, and then vice versa. That she would take a project and he would not take a project so that they could focus on their life. Now, most people on this planet may not have that luxury. Okay, I'm totally aware of that. But I do feel like what you're stepping into is something different than what you've experienced in the past. You're not creating a matrix couple here. You're not creating two people who are grinding it out, who are unhappy with their careers, who are just barely hanging on by their fingernails. That's not what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing that if you have done the work in creating the you that is on a new timeline, that is somebody who is building a business for themselves or doing something creatively, able to step into their art, able to step into whatever it is, the other person is going to be on that same timeline with you. And so you're going to need to make some kind of decision that is going to prioritize the connection. A lot of you who are stepping into this have been divorced in the past. What are the lessons you've learned? And what have you done to assure that the next relationship, you're not that person anymore. You're someone who has learned, right? Like, okay, there might be different challenges in this relationship. Fair enough. But we don't want to go back and redo those old codependent behaviors, or if you have super duper anxiety or something like that, we need to get to a place of self actualization and also anchoring ourselves and having an independent life. It's not just about the other person. Don't throw over your friends or your career just to have this person in your life. Not doing that either. Not doing that. Okay? So this is much more about what's the balance. And whatever you decide is right for the two of you is right. Okay? It's none of anybody else's business. It's none of anybody else's business. If it works for you guys, and it doesn't hurt anybody else, it's good, right? It'll work for you. Something that's loving and open and kind and generous, lots of passion. I feel like some of you, this might be a little bit, I don't know, small to some of you, but I'm speaking directly to a group of people who never take vacations. Some of you are going to need to prioritize time away from daily life to spend time with this person. My parents did that a couple of weekends a year. That might not seem like a lot, but my father was a big CEO and he was gone a lot. And that did damage their relationship. It sure did. And so what's the focus here? What is the focus here? Let me clarify a little bit this 10 of Wands. Or what's the focus that you want to create in the future? 4 of Pentacles. Some of you are too focused on money or being jealous of the other person if they're doing better with money. Some of you have to talk about money in a better way instead of one person shouldering the burden. Like, let's make something more equitable. Or if one person has, like my father with the big career, and my mother was very supportive of that, very kind of traditional, but what was it going to be for her to be self-actualized? What does she need to do in her life that was going to do that? And she had her friends and she had her creativity. She's an artist. She was a chef, so she had a lot of creativity as well. I don't think they did as good of a job as they might have. They tried, though. They did try. 9 of Swords. Lovers. Some of you have a hard time. There's definitely something about sex here that there needs to be an agreement about passion, that we have a commitment to each other about passion or our passions, or create something together that we're passionate about, right? It's sort of like this is the decision of Paris, or the choice of Paris. He's got to decide if it's Athena or if it's Venus, right? Pallas Athena, Venus, or whoever is like the most beautiful goddess. And he had to decide that. But it was so much about ego. It was super duper about ego. So this is about not making choices from our egos and really being better in that way in a couple, so that things can be balanced. 6 of Wands, 2 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, Judgment. There's the timeline shift, okay? This is the crossroads that you're coming up to. The Lover's card is also a card of decisions and choices. So I'm going to go deeper into this reading. If this is for you, this feels like a big opportunity coming in. And are you ready? Are you ready for it? Okay. Link is below. I will pull cards for each zodiac sign to give you some more guidance. We'll go and see how this plays out. Okay. Link is below. I'll see you over there. All right. I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.